Good evening and welcome, students. What we were discussing with you is crystal field theory. We have started with crystal field theory and we have told you, student, in octahedral crystal field splitting. We have told you in the case of octahedral coordination compounds what happens, student, when crystal field splitting takes place. Octahedral coordination compound, student, the crystal field splitting we have explained to you that when ligands are approaching from the x, y and z axis of the octahedral, the d 5d orbitals which are degenerate, they get split up into two set of orbitals. One we call as T2G and other we call as EG. And you have seen the difference in the energies of the two. Very important point, student, to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy. What happens? You have been shown 1, 2, 3, and you have 1 and 2. This is the 5d orbitals which were there. They were degenerate, students. 5d. They have got split up into T2G and EG, right? We know about it now, that, and the filling of electron is done by the Aufbau and Hund's rule. We have shown you that there are two types of ligands: strong field ligands and
Yes, sir.
weak field ligands. How do we know a ligand is strong or weak, student? We have given you a spectrochemical series. Very important question is there on the spectrochemical series. We explained to you spectrochemical series is experimentally determined series which will show you which ligands are strong field, which are high field. You have seen carbon containing COC and they are on the list of the strong ligands. The delta O0 for them is large. Delta O0 is the splitting energy. So crystal field splitting energy is called delta O0, and this is a large for strong field ligands and it is small for weak field ligands.
Yes, sir.
Right? This we already know, student, weak field ligands. So there are two
Yes, sir.
types of ligand: strong field and weak field. And this center is called very center. If we consider this as 0 point, we have seen that the energy decreases. This is the stabilization energy, student, which is negative, which we said 0.4040 del 0, and that energy is increased, student, 0.60
Mm-hmm.
del 0. So
Yes, sir.
this is also sometimes called in another unit they call it 4 uh, 4 DQ, and this is called 6 DQ. That's another way of representing the same amount of energy. So
Mm-hmm.
students, we are going to use most of the times this. What is the use of this? We'll show you what is the use of this. Crystal field stabilization energy will depend basically on geometry, number of d electron, spin pairing, ligand character, which we have told you spectrochemical series, student. We have told you very important points in this case. And one more important factor was spin pairing energy. The question was how to write, student, electron distribution, how to write the electron distribution configuration,
On
student,
distribution. Yes, sir.
when the splitting of d energy takes place. We have seen up to d3 there was no problem and no difficulty. In the case of d3, you have seen this is the spectrochemical series, students. This is the strongest. These are very strong ligands on this side,
Mm-hmm.
strong
Yes, sir.
ligands. They will cause large splitting, student, and these are the weak field ligands. So halogens, you can see I minus, Br, Cl minus, they are weak field ligands. Their splitting energy is small, student. So the situation is like this, students. If you, what we were trying to tell you in this is important point, because question will be asked on that. What we said, splitting, there are two types of energies involved when we will write the electron configuration. And that's why we are bringing in the
Yes,
concept
sir.
of pairing energy. What we said, one is your splitting energy, crystal field splitting energy, student, which we are representing by delta O0. Second, we are saying there is a
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
pairing energy. that when electrons will get paired students, what will happen? There that will require some energy. That will cost energy student. So when we will,
Hmm.
when we said, okay, this is a story that you have student one, two, three. These are our splitting student, and we can show this is our delta O0. Okay, this is my
Yes, sir.
0 point. So this is our splitting energy students. So what we are showing here, students, if I have one electron, no problem. This goes here
Hmm.
according to Hund's rule and of Bohr principle. Two electrons, then it goes here. Three electron,
Yes, sir.
D3, there is no problem. Up to D3 student, there is a no problem. Okay? This is
Okay.
what I am trying to show for 1, 2, 3. D3, there is no problem. If I show it in a better way, student,
Hmm.
the other top one. When I come to D4, student, there are two possibilities. Case 1.
Yes, sir.
Case 1 is that the fourth electron gets paired up. This is my T2G and EG.
Hmm.
If
Okay.
a fourth electron gets paired up, student, then what it will happen? T2G 4 EG0. Okay? But this will
Yes, sir.
need pairing energy. So what when it will happen? There are two things. Pairing energy. The energy which is required when you pair this electron, we are showing like this, student. Let me write in a better way so that you understand. This is your 1D.
Hmm.
This is your, when I am having 1, 2, 3, maximum multiplicity Hund's rule. Fourth electron, when I put it here, this has a pairing, student. P pairing energy is in
Yes, sir.
pairing energy. If delta 0 is larger than pairing energy, if delta O0 gap is very large, student, then pairing energy, then this will be the pairing that will take place. And this will
Okay,
happen
sir.
in which case? Strong field or weak field? Tell me, students. Case 1. It's only for strong field students. Strong
Hmm.
field ligands, you know the delta O0 is large. Therefore, the
Yes, sir.
pairing is preferred. And case 2, we are saying, student, case 2 is, student, in the case of the D4, I am saying, when delta O0 is smaller than pairing energy.
Yes, sir.
Delta O0, this is will happen in which case, student, weak field.
Okay.
Weak field ligand students. And in that case, what will happen, students? What will happen? This was 1, 2, 3. So this energy gap is small. The fourth electron then goes here, student. T2G
Okay, sir.
and EG. Then what is the configuration, student? In this case, it will become T2G3 EG1. So this is the configuration. See the difference in the configuration, student? Case 1,
Yes, sir.
case 2. And when you will have more electron, student, after D4, you will have D5 to D10 counts. You will go from D5 to D10. So there are two possibilities. All the cases, either they pair up or they go to the next student again. And
Hmm.
there are two energies. Delta O0 is more than P or delta E0 less than P. Both the cases are involved, students. And experimental
Yes, sir.
calculations have been made. What they have done, student? What we are saying, student, experimental calculations have been made. And on that basis, student, it was observed, student, that D4 to D7
Hmm.
entities are more stable, students. They are more stable for strong fields,
Okay, sir.
than weak fields. What it means? Strong field means crystal field splitting energy is large.
Hmm.
That means pairing will take place. The pairing energy is less. So in other words,
Yes, sir.
when delta O0 is larger than P, student, then what happens? The result is the pairing of electrons takes place.
Okay, sir.
And they have been found to be more stable situations. But by using this, students, they will ask you in the paper, write the electron distribution when the d orbital splitting takes place is in the octahedral. Up to 3, there is no problem. The 3 electrons have to go to the lowest energy according to Aufbau principle. The principle which we are using for filling is Aufbau principle.
Yes, sir.
Arndt's rule of maximum multiplicity, which we used for electron distribution, and the Pauli's exclusion principle. Same rules are being used here, students,
Yes, sir.
but two cases are there, pairing energy and the splitting energy. If splitting energy is larger,
Okay.
then pairing will take place. If splitting energy is smaller, then what will happen? Pairing will not take place. The
Yes,
electron
sir.
go to the EG from T to G. So this is the important point, student, and we can also calculate the crystal field splitting energy. How do we calculate the crystal field splitting energy in such cases?
Okay.
So this is the same thing we told you just now. What we are saying, if delta case one, student, two options are there. If delta 0p less than the fourth electron enters the EG orbital, giving configuration T2G EG, right? For weak field. We have
Yes, sir.
weak field. Weak field. Here you have seen this is a strong field. The delta O0 is large. Delta O0 is large, student. The pairing takes place. Pairing of electron takes place, and you have seen what you are getting: T2G 4EG0. And when
Yes, sir.
delta O0 is small, delta O0 is small. This is called low spin. This is
Okay.
called low spin complex, low spin. Because the number of unpaired electrons will become less when pairing will take place. And
Yes, sir.
in this case, student, when delta O0 is small, delta O0 is small will happen in which case, students? Weak field ligand.
Okay, sir.
When the weak field ligand is there, so what will happen? Delta O0 is smaller than pairing energy. Then you will see the configuration takes T2, G3 and EG1. So this is will happen for weak field ligands. Weak field ligands. Delta O0 is small. This value is small, student. This energy is small, and therefore you will see this is a high spin. Why it is high spin, students? You see 4 unpaired electrons. Here you see 2 unpaired electrons. Therefore,
Yes, sir.
this is a high spin, what we call as a high spin complex, low spin complex. So depending on the splitting energy and pairing energy, this will happen. Now, students, one more important point is, if we want to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy, crystal field stabilization energy, how to calculate, student? Okay, let me
Yes, sir.
show you for one case, no problem. Supposing I have D1. D1 means only one electron. And what we told you, student, this value is how much? This value is minus 0.4 delta O0. And this is plus 0.6 delta O0. Crystal field splitting takes place. This is called the 0 point. We have shown you. Okay? Did we show you when the splitting took place, students? These are the 3, and this is the 2 splitting. Okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this value is minus 0.40 or 4 dq,
Yes, sir.
or 6 dq. So there is only one electron. Then what will be the energy involved? This is stabilization, this is destabilization, because this repulsion, this is attraction. So there is a decrease in energy, there is an increase in energy. In this case, student, you have only one electron. So crystal field stabilization energy for D1 is equal to, student, how many electrons? One electron into minus 0.40 delta O0. That value is minus
Yes, sir.
0.40 delta O0. Crystal field splitting energy. If there are 3 electrons, Then what is the story? If there are three electrons, you have one, two, three electrons, D3.
Mm-hmm.
This is my D3. Then what will be the crystal field splitting energy, students? There are three electrons into minus 0.40 delta 0. What it becomes? Minus 1.20 dq or delta 0. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Delta 0. And if there are four electrons, there are two possibilities for the four electrons.
Mm-hmm.
Four electrons. One possibility in four electrons is this one, student. D4.
Yeah.
Which one? One, two, three, and you have pairing energy. In this case, student, when you have to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy, how many
Mm-hmm.
electrons you are having? One, two, three, four electrons.
Yes, sir.
Minus 0.40 del 0. But student, that's the pairing energy also you have to take into consideration, plus the pairing energy, plus the pairing energy.
Mm-hmm.
And this becomes how much? Minus 4 for the 16, 1.60 del 0 plus pairing energy, plus pairing energy. These values are available
Okay.
in the book somewhere. What is the value of the pairing energy? Okay? Not in the NCRT. Other. And if there are, if the this is the configuration number 2, student, then how will we calculate?
Mm-hmm.
For this case, what we have shown here. In this case, what will be the value, student? Crystal field stabilization energy, student. Here, there are three
Okay, sir.
on student, 3 into minus student, 3 into minus, 3 into minus this value, lower value is 0.4 or 0.6. What did I tell you? This actually, there is some correction. We have to make it. Just wait a minute. I showed you some correction. How much value is we have shown you, students, so that calculation. This is 5 by 2.4, and this is 6
Mm-hmm.
6 students. Okay, okay. All right. That is okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If I have to calculate the crystal field stabilizing energy for this case, student, what will be the answer?
Mm-hmm.
Crystal field stabilization energy in this case, student. Uh, 3, this 3 are on the lower side, student. 3 electrons minus 0.40 del 0 plus 1 electron
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
into plus 0.60 del 0. This is the value for this.
Okay, sir.
There is no pairing energy is involved. So what it comes then, student? This is minus 1.20, and how much is this? Plus
Yes, sir.
0.60. That comes to be minus 0.60 del 0. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
For this case. Therefore, this is just an attempt to tell you that it is possible to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy. The value which is lower, student, that is shown minus because it is a stabilization, it is attraction, and the one which is are facing strong repulsion, their energy is lifted, student, and that shows the destabilization and positive value of the energy. The lower the energy, more stable is the complex. That we know already.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, student, crystal field stabilization energies can be calculated, and we now understand how to write the electron configurations, students, when the d orbitals get split up for all the cases, d4, d5, d6, and there are two cases, one and case two. That depends on two things which we have told you. One is delta 0 p less than, and other is if delta 0 p is greater than p, then what happens is student pairing becomes more energetically favorable. ठीक है? So this will
Yes,
happen
sir.
in the case of strong field. So they will produce low spin complex. Low spin means there will be less unpaired electrons, as you can see in this case. This is a low spin complex. This is a high spin complex because the crystal field energy is lower, weak field ligand. Then the preferred, energetically preferred is the electron will move to the EG student, because delta O0 crystal field splitting energy is less than the pairing energy. That is going to be a question in the paper, students. ठीक है? Very
Okay,
important.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we have shown you, student, the crystal field splitting in the case of the octahedral complexes. ठीक है? What happens, student, in the case of tetrahedral entities? You have seen we have two things in our course. One is octahedral splitting, other is tetrahedral coordination entities. In that
Mm-hmm.
tetrahedral, you already know, student, what is the shape of the tetrahedral. देखो, if this is my metal, ठीक है? If this is the
Yes,
metal,
sir.
student, supposing I draw, this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, this is my z-axis. In the case of octahedral, ligands were coming from x, y, z. In the case of octahedral.
Mm-hmm.
But in the case of tetrahedral,
Okay, sir.
the tetrahedral is not, the ligands are not coming from x, y, and z direction in the case of the tetrahedral. What do you have, student, in the case of tetrahedral? You have, in the case of tetrahedral, what is the shape of the tetrahedral? It is not like this, student. Tetrahedral is what? Is a different type of situation, student. These are the ligand, these are the ligand,
Mm-hmm.
these are the ligands. And so your x, y, z axes are not here. These three axes, x, y, and z, are not in this direction from where the ligands are coming. So ligands are not here, student. They are not in the case of the tetrahedral, students. The ligands are approaching from the sides of a tetrahedral, which you know what a tetrahedral looks like, student. You have drawn it earlier also. These are my ligands.
Yes, sir.
What is the bond angle? 109 point. These angles are how much? 109.5 degree, you know about them. So they are not oriented towards x, y, and z direction. So what will happen then? The result of this is, students, in the case of the tetrahedral entities, there are 5d orbitals, the shapes we have shown you, student. That dx square and the three orbitals which have electron density more in between the planes. Which are those? dx
Yes, sir.
z and dyz. They will experience stronger repulsion with the ligand charges as compared
Okay.
to the two orbitals which are directed towards x, y, and z axis. That the one which are
Yes,
in
sir.
x, y, and z are dx square and y square. You know, this is my dx square and y square, student.
Mm-hmm.
Their electron densities are oriented towards x and y, and dz square also, you know where it is on this, student. Dz square also, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
This is the dz square electron density. We have shown it like this, the dz square, student, by a donut. So you have two different orbitals here, dz square and dy. But the dxy, dyz, students, dxy, dxz, and dyz, they have electron densities in between the x, y, and z axis. They are going to experience a greater repulsion.
Yes, sir.
Will experience, student, greater repulsion of the ligands.
Okay.
Because it is an electrostatic model. There are electrons in the d
Hmm.
orbital. Ligands are having electrons, student, lone pair of electrons, you are saying. So there will be repulsive forces. This will experience greater repulsion, students, in the case of tetrahedral coordination entities, tetrahedral. And the ones dx square and y square and dy square, they will experience less, students. So what will happen, as these are the 5d orbitals, degenerate. And when the ligands start approaching, first the field is symmetric, energy rises. Then when the ligands are coming from tetrahedral sides, these are the tetrahedral sides, students. The bond angle you have shown.
Yes, sir.
They are not in x, y, or z direction, student. They are coming from in between, student. These four ligands. So the result of this is splitting will take place. At this time, student, the E, this is called E, student, which has two orbital dx square.
Mm.
y square and dz square, they will come lower in energy, they experience less repulsion, and these three orbitals which you have, student, dxy, dyz, and dxz, student, they will experience more repulsion, so their energy will rise, their energy will rise. So this is my delta, this is my zero, which is my called Berry point. Berry center, student, this is our
Mm-hmm.
Berry center, as we have shown in earlier case also. Berry center, which I call as a zero. If I take this as a zero, student, then this is the value of the splitting energy, that will be called delta T now. What is delta T? Tetrahedral splitting. Delta O was octahedral splitting energy. You have delta T,
Mm-hmm.
and this is called tetrahedral splitting energy. So crystal field tetrahedral splitting energy. Delta O was crystal field octahedral splitting energy. ठीक है? T means
Yes,
tetrahedral.
sir.
So delta T is the crystal field tetrahedral splitting energy. This value is always going to be smaller, always going to be smaller than delta O zero.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Question was asked in the paper, student. The tetrahedral field splitting is very small as compared to octahedral, because, student, first of all, there are only 4 ligands. There were
Yes,
six.
sir.
That means the charge is decreasing. The higher the charge density, student, more will be the crystal field splitting. So this
Okay.
splitting energy is small, student. So for the same metal, same ligand, metal ligand distance, it can be, it has been found that this value will be much, much smaller than the octahedral splitting, and this value has been calculated, has been found to be
Mm-hmm.
for the same metal. If there is a same metal and same ligand, students, one same metal, same ligand, then tetrahedral crystal field splitting has been found to be equal to 4 by 9, 4 by 9 of delta O zero.
Yes, sir.
Important, note down, sometimes questions are put on this. The tetrahedral crystal field splitting is always smaller, students. And you will see this value plus how much, now the reverse has taken place, plus 0.40 delta t, and this value is how much, minus 0.60 delta t. ठीक है? This is the
Okay, sir.
very center, which is a 0 point. So therefore, student, there is not much to study in this case, because we are very clear that in this case the splitting energy of tetrahedral is small as compared to octahedral. So when
Yes,
the
sir.
splitting energy is small, students, what will happen? The electrons will not pair. That's what you are saying. This is
Mm.
2 and there are 3 students. And this is called EG. This is called E in this case. What do you call this? EG. This is your EG, student, and a crystal field. And what do you call this? Your T2. Okay? So what happens in this case, student?
Yes, sir.
What is happening in this case? This gap is small. This value is a small, student.
Mm-hmm.
The result of this will be what, student? That the electrons will go, then they will go higher. They will not pair
Yes,
up.
sir.
They will prefer to go. So this will produce low spin or high spin complexes. Then therefore you will mostly get, high spin configurations. What
Yes,
is
sir.
that, student? High spin configurations. In the case of, tetrahedral coordination entities, what you will see, what you will observe, student, high spin configurations and
Mm-hmm.
low spin configurations are rarely observed. Low
Yes, sir.
configurations, low spin configuration, students, are rarely observed. In which case, in the case of tetrahedral coordination compounds, students. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So here you have seen the order of splitting is reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Order of splitting is reversed,
It's
student.
reversed.
The reason we have told you. The ligands are coming not from x, y, and z axis in this case, student. They are coming at an angle from x, y, and z axis. The three orbitals which were lying within the x, y, and z plane, student, they will experience greater repulsion. So they are going up, and this is going up.
Yes, sir.
And the value of delta t is equal to 4 by 9 of delta 0 if I will take the same metal and the same ligand. These are the only questions which are possible, which we have shown you in this case. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Most of the questions are coming from octahedral field splitting. Clear?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Now the most important question is coming, student. That question will be asked in the paper. The most important point is that the Wallace bond theory could not explain the color of the transition metal compounds, students, coordination compounds. But coordination compounds are highly colored, students. So which theory is able to explain the color of the transition metal? That question is coming in the paper. That this theory, which is crystal field theory, student, crystal field theory can be used to explain, student, to explain the color of these coordination compounds.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
How it explains, students? How it explains? You have already been shown, students, that when the ligands come, what happens? The splitting takes place. For example, you have been shown octahedral splitting. Octahedral cases, what you have seen, students, splitting. What splitting has taken place? The splitting of d orbitals, okay, into
Yes, sir.
T2G and EG. Now, if there is any electron here, student, what will happen? If there is an electron here, and if the light comes, what will happen? This will absorb light and will get excited, student. Okay? This electron, student, if there is an unpaired electron, student, it can absorb light. Okay? I'm saying now unpaired electron. Okay? It can absorb light.
Yes, sir.
In the visible region. Absorb light
Mm.
in the visible region, students.
Yes, sir.
And what is the result of that? The electrons will be excited. And what happens when the light is absorbed, student, some part of it, so the light that is transmitted or emerges does not have that light which is absorbed. And what you observe is a student complementary color. What we observe is complementary color, student.
Complementary color.
Light absorbed by the electron is excited. If any electron is there which is unpaired, it will absorb light and get excited from T2G to EG. For example, if you have T2G1, EG0, when light falls on it, student, visible light, what happens? This electron will be excited.
Yes, sir.
And the excited electron lives only for a short period of time. It will return back, student, after 10 minus 8 or before that seconds. But the color which is absorbed, the transmitted color doesn't have that. And what you observe, student, what is observed is complementary color, student. Complementary color is observed.
Okay, sir.
So because there is a DD, this is called DD transition, student, which you studied in the transition elements, 3D series. This is what we call as a DD transition. DD transition is from T to EG. DD or transition. This is a DD transition. TTG to EG.
Yes,
if
sir.
no electron is there, if no ligands are there, no splitting will take place and there will be colorless, no color. Got my point? Only when the ligands will be there, splitting will take place and there will be an unpaired electron that can be excited. That will absorb light and the complementary color is what you will observe. Clear? So color in coordination compounds can be easily explained by which theory, students? Crystal field theory. So that is the reason that crystal field theory can explain. I am saying crystal field theory can explain, student, can explain what the color of the coordination compounds, can explain the color due to
Mhm.
DD transitions. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
When visible light falls on
Yes, sir.
transition metal compound or an unpaired electrons, unpaired, make an important note of that condition, student. If unpaired electron is not there, no color. Present in a lower
Okay.
energy, D gets promoted to higher energy D orbital. That is called DD transition. Therefore, transmitted light shows some color complementary to the absorbed color. Complementary to the absorbed color. So T2
Mhm.
G2 EG transition. This is called DD transition. So the color will depend on what, student? The energy difference delta O0. This
Mhm.
energy gap will decide, student. If you have this energy gap, student, delta O0, that is different for different ligands. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
So the value will change. This is energy, and you know this energy, which is our delta E or delta zero, student, that is related with h mu, h c by lambda. So the different wavelength of light will be absorbed, or different frequency of the light will be absorbed. Therefore, color will change. If I change the ligand, the color will change, student. Right?
Yes, sir. Do change.
Here is a wheel,
Yes,
student,
sir.
which gives you the complementary colors. This is supposing
Okay.
this color, this color is absorbed, student, violet. Violet
Mhm.
color is absorbed.
Yes, sir.
Opposite to this is the complementary color. This is the complementary color of this.
Mhm.
What you will absorb? Yellow. This is a wheel, student. Wheel, just I have taken a picture of that to show you. Hey, if this is your orange, then green, and this is your blue, then yellow. I mean orange type. This is orange. This is red. So this type of colors are there, which is called a color wheel.
Mhm.
This absorbed, yellow absorbed violet color will be seen. Orange absorbed, you will see blue color. Red absorbed, you will see green color. So
Yes, sir.
complementary colors are absorbed, students, in the case of the coordination compounds. A question is coming in the paper. Here is a table, student, of different complexes. For example, student, what we find, student, this is a complex COClHN3 5, student,
Mhm.
2 plus.
Yes, sir.
Now he will ask you whether it is colored or not, student.
Mhm.
First, we have to find out, student, cobalt. This cobalt is in which oxidation state here? If this is X, this is -1. 0 is equal to +2.
Mhm.
So X value is +3. Cobalt is in +3 oxidation state here. And what is the atomic number of cobalt? What is the atomic number of cobalt? We have shown
Um.
selenium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25,
27, sir. 27. 27.
27.
27.
27 was what?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
3, 7, 4, S2. But 3 plus means what? This is cobalt. 3 plus will
Mhm.
be 3d6.
Yes, sir.
Now, these are the ligands. They will cause splitting. They will split these, students. 3d6. There is a splitting which will take place, student. And if you have this NH3 type of ligands or Cl, they are weak ligands. They are weak ligands. Weak
Mhm.
ligands, what is happening in the weak ligands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They are weak ligands.
Mhm.
Now, what will happen? They will absorb light because there are unpaired electrons,
Yes, sir.
delta O 0. They will absorb light, student, and excitation of electron will take place. There will be a T2G to EG transition.
Mm-hmm.
what we call as DD transition,
Yes, sir.
unpaired electrons,
Okay.
unpaired electron student, and then it will absorb. The wavelength of light absorbed is 535 nanometer, yellow. And what color we see? Color
Mm-hmm.
of what is violet. Complementary color is observed, violet. Yellow absorbed, violet seen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So here we have shown you the wheel. Where is that? Yellow and violet. See the complementary colors. Yellow is absorbed, violet color is seen. Complementary color.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That wheel we showed you. ठीक है? This one. So students, color can be explained, students. Wherever there will be splitting of d orbitals, wherever there will be unpaired electron, students, they will show color, student. They will
Mm-hmm.
be colored compounds, and we can easily explain the color of these compounds, student. Uh, Wherever
Yes, sir.
such possibilities are there. For example, he says, what is it? Titanium,
Mm-hmm.
TiH2O6 3 plus.
Yes, sir.
And titanium, what will it? It's a D1. D1 means 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This one.
Okay.
T2G, this is EG. So what will happen? The T2G to EG transition will take place. There is one electron,
Mhm.
one unpaired electron. It has
Yes,
one
sir.
unpaired electron, student. Therefore, it absorbs, student. What color absorbed? Blue. And what you absorb? Blue, green, violet. So you can see the complementary color being absorbed, student, in this case. So this compound is colored
Mhm. Yes, sir.
due to transition of the electron from T2G to EG. So T2G EG transition. So we can explain the colors of the transition elements in these cases due to the absorption of light, student, in the visible region. Complementary colors are observed.
Mhm.
Important point. Important point is that what we find, student, question. TiH2O6 Cl3,
Mm.
TiH2O6 3L3 is, students, violet in color.
Okay, sir.
On strong heating, it becomes colorless. Explain.
Yes, sir.
Question in the paper, it becomes colorless. What is your answer, students? Why it becomes colorless, students? Why it becomes colorless? What answer we will write? That what happens on heating, students? Strongly heating. You heat it strongly, it will lose
Mm.
water, minus 6H2O.
Okay.
So what it becomes? TiC.
Mhm.
So the ligands are lost, student. What happens? The removal of ligands. Removal of the ligands. Which ligands are there? Water.
Mhm.
Water is lost. Ligands are removed. What will happen?
Mhm.
No splitting of D energy can take place because ligands are not there. It becomes
Okay,
color.
sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Very important question. Question number 2, student. Copper sulfate 5H2O, student, is blue in color. Blue in
Yes, sir.
on strong heating. On heating, student, it becomes colorless. Explain.
Okay, sir.
What is your answer? What will happen on strong heating? Such questions are going to be there in the paper, student. On heating, it loses color. Why, student? The blue color becomes colorless, student, on heating.
Mm.
What answer you are giving? What will happen on heating? On heating, student, it will lose water. What will happen on
Yes,
heating,
sir. Okay.
students? It will lose water, it will lose the ligand
Water.
students. So it will become CuSO4 anhydrous. Anhydrous means
Yes, sir.
no water, 5 water lost,
Okay.
minus 5 H2O students. Therefore, in the absence of the ligands, what we write in the exam, in the absence of ligands, splitting of d orbital not possible. Splitting of d orbitals does not take place,
Yes, sir.
and therefore dd transition not possible.
Okay, sir.
Not possible. And the result
Okay, sir.
will be, it will become colorless. Got it?
Okay.
Note it down.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Very important question. Very important. Students, they have been asked in the paper. Another question was asked, student, what happens when we change the ligands? If we change the ligands, students, if we change the ligands,
Hmm.
color will change. Why?
Yes, sir.
Question why? Color will change. Color will change. Why? Because the delta O0 splitting energy will value will change, student. Magnitude will
Hmm.
change.
Okay, sir.
And when delta, what happens? When delta O0, you are saying delta E H is H mu, student, H C by lambda. So even if the value of delta O changes, then the mu value changes, mu changes, lambda
Hmm.
changes. So what will happen? Color will change. Color
Okay,
will
sir.
change. Students,
Hmm.
here is the example of that, student. This was asked in the paper. Ethylene diamine is a bidentate ligand. What is En? CH2, NH2, CH2, NH2. You know about it, student. Bidentate ligand, students. You are aware of it?
Okay, sir.
When you have hexa aqua nickel complex, student, when En is added in 1:1 ratio, then 2:1, ethylene 2 and ethylene 2:1, ethylene 3:1. What happens? These water are being replaced by the ligands ethylene diamine. What is happening?
Sir.
The ligands here, what is happening, student? The ligands are first case, student, in here. In this case, student, you have 6H2O ligands.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
This is green in color. And you add ethylene diamine 1:1, then what it forms, student? NiH2O4 En. Why? Because En is a bidentate ligand. One ethylene diamine will displace two ligands. How many? Two displace.
Yes, sir. Really.
Now that ligand has these, there are four H2O ligands and one En ligand.
Okay,
The
sir.
delta O0 value, splitting energy value will change, student. The color becomes blue purple. Blue
Mm-hmm.
purple. See the color change?
Purple.
Pale blue. This first
Yes,
one is
sir.
pale blue. Pale blue. Okay. Because there are three reactions I have shown. This becomes, student, pale blue. Pale blue. Can you see it? When I will further add one more En, what it becomes? NiH2O2 En2. Now
Yes,
here
sir.
you have two ethylene diamines. Here you have two water ligand and two En ligands. So the splitting energy will change and the color changes to, you can see pale blue, it is becoming to purple. Purple color. And in the last case, student, you have removed all the water molecules. What is that complex? 2 plus. So you are mixing. This is 1 1. This is then 2 1, 2:1 ratio. This is 3:1 ratio. So 1:1, 2:1, 3:3 ratio of En versus Ni. Ni is the nickel complex. Okay? So in this
Yes,
case,
sir.
student, there is no water. The ligands are three. The ligands have been changed, student. Ligands have 3 En. How many? Three of this.
3.
And there is no water. And this
Okay, sir.
becomes violet in color. So
Okay, sir.
when I will change the ligands, the splitting energy gap will change. And therefore, the color of the
Mm-hmm.
coordination compound will change. Is a very important question. Clear? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, an important point
Yes,
is
sir.
we have heard
Definitely.
about ruby stones, gemstones. Gemstones are highly colored. Gemstones are highly colored. You have seen student gemstone. You have seen ruby. In astrology, they are putting in the rings these colored compounds. Student, why they are colored? The color actually it is a aluminium oxide, Al2O3. You know, oxide of aluminium, student, it is a stone. It is a stone which has Al2O3, but it contains, student, about 0.5 to 1% of chromium 3 plus ions, which is a D3. So these are randomly distributed in the crystals of Al2O3 in the ruby stone. What I'm saying, ruby is a very famous stone, student. It's colored. So the color is due to the presence of the small amounts of very about 0.5 to 1% of chromium ions. So what will happen? They will absorb light, student, and undergo DD transition. They will undergo DD transition. Which one? Chromium ions 3 plus. So chromium 3 plus octahedral chromium 3 plus complex. It is a octahedral chromium 3 plus complex which is present in the aluminum lattice, and DD transition will take place, which will give rise to the color. Students. It is clear that how the colors are coming in these ruby stones, student. Very important, ruby stones. So the ruby gemstone is important, student. See, the colors are due to this is not actually ruby. This is Al2XO3, student. Ruby is shown here. That is also colored. So which these are basically oxides of the aluminum. We have said which contain. Okay, this could be taken as a ruby because this is a picture we have taken from some book. So color is due to what we are saying. Color is due to the presence of chromium ion, student, in which there are electrons in the d orbital T2G2Eg.
Yes, sir.
It will form an octahedral complex in within that. So due to DD transition, they give us very good and brilliant color, students, which are very important. And also in emerald nine octahedral sites, there is a mineral called beryl, student.
Mm.
They also show, student, yellow, red, and blue color. Uh, they absorb a yellow, red, or blue color, then transmit light in the green regions.
Yes, sir.
These are the stones, student, which are I'm talking of gemstones. So the color of
Mm-hmm.
gemstones is due to the presence of the transition metal ions, student, which undergo DD transition,
Yes, sir.
because they will form some complex, and there will be splitting of the d orbitals, and they will absorb light, and complementary colors is what we observe. All right, then this was the end of this most important part. Most important questions have been discussed in all this topic, and therefore I will meet you in my next class, students. They are very important questions. Color can be explained by the crystal field splitting.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal field theory can explain the color of the coordination compounds.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then bye bye. Good night. I will see you in the next class.
Thank you, sir.